Who are you?
My notation is Maestro.
But what are you?
I am
Gay! Right now, Doctor Who. Okay. Interesting direction. Definitely as they got closer to that being shown to everybody, those first couple of episodes, you had the new Doctor saying some interesting things in some of the Access magazines and websites about people who are not necessarily fond of the direction that Doctor Who is going. Basically telling them, hey, if you don't like it, it's the Kelly Sue DeConnick school of economic thought. Where if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book situation, and people are much obliged.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
They really did. They said, yeah, okay, cool, bet. And as it has been already announced, it has some of the ratings. Some are pointing to those ratings being the worst that they've ever been. BBC Doctor Who branded woke and unwatchable as TV ratings plummet following the return to screens. Now, some people have blamed each and everything other than just the sheer lack of viewers. In fact, as it says right here, the overnight ratings for BBC One premiere on Saturday night consisted of an underwhelming 2.6 million and 2.4 million per installment.
What a shocker that this went bad.
Now, I think this is exposing a much larger issue. Yes, you're not going out on a limb if you were like, okay, there were going to be a lot of people checking out on this new Doctor. Not going out on a limb saying that. And those of the people that really keep up with this, as my co-host, of course, the Silverback himself, as well as Gary from Neurotic. They've been keeping you up to date, and the reason why I wanted to cover this and why I wanted to speak on it, not just because as obviously as the co-host, we've talked about this on Ribbon and Silverback, but I do believe that I think audiences need to get used to that. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty with entertainment in the future, particularly TV and film. There are no guarantees anymore. There are no just absolute bangers that you can just anticipate that it's a layup. Not anymore. Those days are gone. It is an industry-wide problem, okay? What was that recent movie that everybody was sure that, oh, man, with Ryan Gosling? I'm sure some people in the chat will remind me of the name. It was Fall Guy or whatever. And you had a lot of people that even liked it, that have come out and done their reviews. Oh, man, it's one of the better movies that's been released as of recent. Still flopping. Still flopping. Doesn't matter how good you think it is. I've made this point about even X-Men 97, which I will be discussing here in a bit about that. And the ratings aren't even as good as what some people have anticipated that it was, even though some folks are like, oh, it's halfway decent. Doesn't matter. The enthusiasm's gone. The anticipation's gone. And people are checked out. And I think audiences, general customers, and especially the producers, the creators, the actors, actresses, the people that are funding these projects need to come to terms with that the other side of this whole entertainment industry is going to look a lot different. And I think a lot of people aren't prepared for it. They're simply not prepared because I think you got spoiled. It was a different era, blockbuster movie after blockbuster movie, billion-dollar film after billion-dollar film. Those days are over with, period. They're done, son. They're done. I do believe that there will be a lot of successes. Those successes will be limited budgets, spending money that they know they can make back. And there is going to be a lot more decentralized. So maybe there aren't people that are getting billion-dollar films. Maybe there aren't people getting hundreds of or tens of millions of watchers, viewers on a given project. Maybe that's not the case. That doesn't mean it can't be successful. People are just going to gravitate towards what they gravitate towards. There's a lot. It's a double whammy because not only with the decentralization, you have people like myself with the Rippaverse that are providing content for people to enjoy and be entertained by, that don't have access to those sort of budgets by any means, but they're still able to see a little bit of success. There's a lot of Rippaverses out there, and there's going to be a lot more to come. And I'm just using that as an example. Like, we don't have a monopoly on anything going on economically, obviously, not even in comics, obviously. There's a whole lot of people that are out there going to be doing some great things, that are already doing great things. We didn't reinvent the wheel there. But we're not mega entities. We're not multinational mega corporations. I think those days are gone, bro. I think the newer successful entities that you are going to see are going to be smaller ones. And the very, very crazy successful ones, big, massive budgets that do end up getting a return, those are going to be exceptions to the rule for sure. They're not going to be the standard. And I think people need to go ahead and start getting used to that. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be scared of. Because what this means is that people are not only gravitating, towards what they like, right? There's a lot of opportunity in that. And that there will be more niche projects that see a lot of success. It just won't look like it has in the past. And that makes the economic model look more of like the Wild Wild West, because you're going to have people trying new things, trying to figure out what works for them. I welcome that. The reality is, though, there's going to be a lot of people that don't make it on the other side because they have been propped up by these mega corporations, and they're going to have to start pivoting very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Right now, the Rippaverse is in the middle of our latest campaign, Yaira #1, which was written by the Saskas. Head over to Rippaverse.com, pre-order, and check out our first live-action trailer and the latest Rippaverse Studios production, Y'all Be Easy.